So in yesterday's lecture, we have discussed about designing an FIR filter using a sampling frequency method. So we have derived the expression for that, how this value of h of n can be calculated with the help of h of k using sampling method. Now let us write down the procedure for solving the example. Then we will move ahead for solving the examples today. So first point, you just write the example. Sorry, you just write the title as procedure for. Am I audible? So you just write
Yes.
today's title as procedure for designing FIR filter. Procedure for designing FIR filter using frequency sampling method. Procedure for designing FIR filter using frequency sampling method. Designing FIR filter designing FIR filter using frequency sampling method. Using a frequency sampling method again. Frequency sampling method. Okay. So here again, we are noting the procedure for this. So this is what the today's title, designing an FIR filter frequency using frequency sampling method it is. That the first one is, just write the first step. Step 1, note the value of desired frequency response. Note the value of desired frequency response. We are calling it as HD of omega. Note the value of desired frequency response. We are calling it as HD of omega. HD of omega. The second point you write, this frequency response is sampled uniformly. This frequency response is sampled uniformly at n points. At n points, that is n is capital here. At n points, that is we are writing it as omega k is equals to 2 pi k by n. That is omega k equals to 2 pi k by n. Step 3. Sampled desired frequency response is, just write such sampled desired frequency response is, such sampled desired frequency response is DFT, and is given by we have it is h of k is equals to HD of omega at omega equals to omega k, which we can write it as HD of 2 pi k by n. HD of 2 pi k by n. 2 pi k by n it is. Okay. Then step 4. Step 4. Have you finished step 3?
Yes, sir.
Step 4. Thus h of k is h of k is n point dft is n point dft by taking idft by taking idft of h of k we get h of n equals to h of n is equals to 1 by n summation k equals to 0 to n minus 1 h of k into e power minus j 2 pi k n by n. E power, it is not minus, it is plus. Just remove this. This is plus. E power j 2 pi k n by n. J 2 pi k n by n. Therefore, we can write the final expression. Therefore, we can write the final expression of h of n as h of n is equals to 1 by n in bracket you write h of 0 plus 2 summation k equals to 1 to p real part of h of k into e power j 2 pi k n by n. Real part of h of k into e power j 2 pi k n by n. Close the complete bracket. Where p is equals to we are writing it as n minus 1 by 2 if what is the condition of n?
N is odd.
If n is odd, okay. And n by 2 minus 1 if n is even. ठीक है, तो ये p का वैल्यू चेंज होते रहेगा. If n is odd, then the value of p whatever we have written here is going to get changed based on the value of the n it is. So if n is odd, we are writing p equals to n minus 1 by 2, or else if n is even, we are writing it is n by 2 minus 1. So based on this condition, we are getting the change in the value of our h of n. Okay, so this is what the procedure you need to remember. Can anyone read it loudly such that we can cross check whether you have noted it correctly or not? Can anyone please read it, the steps? Others also correct it. So who will read?
Step 1. Note the value of desired frequency response HD of omega.
Okay.
Step 2. This frequency response is sampled uniformly at n point, that is, omega k is equal to 2 pi k upon n.
Okay.
Step 3. Such sampled desired frequency response is DFT and is given by h of k is equal to hd of omega at omega is equal to omega k, that is equal to hd of 2 pi k by n.
Okay.
Step 4. Thus, h of k is n-point DFT. By taking IDFT of h of k, we get h of n is equal to 1 upon n summation k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 h of k into e raised to j 2 pi k n upon n.
Okay.
Therefore, we can write the final expression of h of n as h of n is equal to 1 upon n bracket h of 0 plus 2 into summation k is equal to 1 to p k e bracket h of k into
Wait,
e
wait,
raised to
wait,
j 2
wait,
by
madam,
k.
wait. Summation k equals to 1 to p. What you have written?
Ke.
No, that is real part. RE, not ke. A real part it is. A real part of h of k e power j 2 pi k n by n. Please make that correction, everyone.
Yes.
Or understood? So there we are
Yes.
considering only real part. Next.
Bracket h of k into e raised to j 2 pi e n upon n bracket complete,
Okay.
where p is equal to n minus 1 by 2 if n is odd and is equal to n by 2 minus 1 if n is even.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Hope everyone has done the corrections wherever you have done the mistakes. So let us take example. You may expect this as a theory question also. They will ask you like explain about the steps for designing an FIR filter using sampling method, 4 marks. So there you need to write these all 4 methods. Right? Then next question, just take an example. Determine the filter coefficient. Determine the filter coefficient slash impulse response h of n. Determine the filter coefficients slash impulse response h of n of a filter having desired frequency response desired frequency response hd of having desired frequency response hd of e power j omega equals to hd of e power j omega is equals to, we have the value as e power minus j e power minus j into n minus 1 into omega by 2 for 0 less than or equals to mod omega less than or equals to pi by 2 and is 0 pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. hd of e power j omega equals to e power minus j n minus 1 omega by 2 for 0 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 2 and is 0 pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi. For n equals to 7, for capital N equals to 7, capital N equals to 7, use frequency sampling approach. Use frequency sampling approach. Use frequency sampling approach. Understood? Any, have you noted the question correctly? Can anyone read it? Let us cross check that so that I will move ahead. Please read the question. Can anyone read the question? It is not mandatory.
Determine the filter.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sipra, your voice is disturbing, not clear that much today. I think some disturbances are
Hello.
there.
Is it clear now?
Still some disturbance are there. We just check out the issue. Can others read it? Why like all the time Sipra has to read the things? Almost like another 40-50 members are there. So only reading the question I am asking.
Yes.
Determine the filter coefficient or impulse response of h of n having desired frequency response. Hd of e power j omega is equal to e to the power minus j n minus 1 omega by 2 for 0 less than or equal to magnitude of omega less than or equal to pi by 2 is equal to 0 for pi by 2 less than or equal to magnitude of omega less than or equal to pi. For n is equal to 7, use frequency sampling approach.
Okay. So in the question, what you have written is determine the filter coefficient / impulse response h of n. Of a filter is there? Hello? Impulse response h of n of a filter. लिखे है क्या?
No, sir.
Yes.
Whether it is my fault or fault with you?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I dictated that properly. You just make the correction. Impulse response h of n of a filter having desired frequency response. Further part is okay. Right. So first point you just write. First point what we would need to write? Desired frequency response. Step 1 we will write like desired frequency response. Don't go with my wordings here like what I'm writing. Maybe you are not clear with that thing. I'm pronouncing that also. Desired frequency response. So desired frequency response, what we need to find here? Like as the value of n is given as 7, let's try put n equals to 7 in the given equation in hd of e power j omega. In hd of e power j omega, we get, so what we will get here? If we put n equals to 7, so we will get hd of e power j omega is equals to, क्या मिलेगा आंसर हमें? Anyone? E power what will be the answer here? If I substitute n equals to 7, it is 6 omega by 2 barabar for 0 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 2 and is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. Further, if I simplify this, what I can write? It's going to be like e power minus j 3 omega for same thing again 0 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 2 and is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. Hope you understood this. Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
So what I have done simply, whatever it is given here, I have substituted the value of n as 7. So I have written it as 6 omega. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 omega by 2. And the limit are remaining same again. Then again, 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. So I have written it as e power minus j 3 omega. The rest all is going to be same again. Then next, what is second step? Step 2. What is our second step? To sample HD of e power j omega. Barabar? Step 2 is to sample HD of e power j omega. To sample HD of e power j omega. So what we are writing this? This we are writing it as put. So sample करने के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We are just putting the value of what we are substituting here. We are substituting like omega equals to 2 pi k by n. Okay. Then for n equals to 7, what will happen? For n equals to 7, this is becoming omega equals to 2 pi k by 7. For the value of k is again, so k equals to 0, 1 up to 6 it is. That is up to n minus 1 is there. So as n minus 1 is there, so we are writing it as up to 6. Therefore, have you understood this point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty here? फक्त काय केलं मी आता ओमेगाला रिप्लेस करायचं आपल्याला व्हॅल्यू. व्हॉट ओमेगा आय एम रिप्लेसिंग इज omega equals to 2 pi k by n. So that is what we are calling it as a sampling. So here, therefore, just write, therefore, hd of e power j omega becomes h of k. hd of e power j omega becomes h of k, which we are writing it as e power minus j. अभी यहाँ पे ओमेगा है, right? This omega, I'm replacing it by the value. What it is? क्या वैल्यू से चेंज कर रहा हूं इसको अभी? ओमेगा इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय व्हाट?
2 pi k by
Huh?
2
Let us
pi k by
let us call it is equation 1, hd of e power j omega. So omega is replaced by 2 pi k by 7 in equation 1. So that is e power j 2 pi k by 7, which is multiplied by 3 again. And our limit is 0 less than or equals to, again here, the limit also we need to change. That is 2 pi k by 7, which is less than or equals to pi by 2 and is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to 2 pi k by 7 and less than or equals to pi. Have understood this step?
Yes, sir.
What we have done here, we have just replaced omega by the value of k. मतलब हमें frequency to like continuous frequency to the discrete frequency we are converting now. Okay, so that means then further what I can write this is, so this I can write it as, let me write it here properly once again. H of k is equals to, I can write it as H of k is equals to H of k is equals to, it is going to become e power minus j 2 into 3, it is 6 pi k divided by 6 pi k divided by 7 for the value 0 less than or equals to. Now I can write it as k अबे यार k less than or equals to 7 by 4 and is 0 for 7 by 4 is less than or equals to k is less than or equals to 7 by 2. Understood this point? Hello? Have you understood this? How the ranges are coming?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Are you
Yes, sir.
getting this point? कोई बताएंगे मुझे थोड़ा मराठी में बताओ अभी. Let others will understand this if you understood. I am converting the value of omega into k. So that is what we are calling it as the sampling method. Who will tell me? Don't worry, please explain it, what you have understood. Yes? Hello? बोला कि राव? Hello? Can anyone speak? Is this step is understood? कळाला नाही कळालं असलं तर सांगा मी आणि एकदा सांगतो. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood this step?
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain it so that others can understand? It is just a repetition. Chipra. Maybe some voice problem is there from your side. Can you speak out?
No, sir.
Huh?
Just will now.
No, still there is a problem. Okay. So let me tell you for others this one. So यहाँ पे हम change कैसा कर रहे हैं अभी? This pi get cancels. Okay, let me take this one. This pi get cancels with this pi. ठीक है? Getting my point? And I am just taking the cross multiplication here. This 2 multiplied with 2 I'm writing it as 4 here, right? This 7, I have taken it on the right side. So that is 7. So 7 by 4. The only thing which was remained over is K. And initially, and same in the second step, this pi cancels with this pi this side as well as this side again. So here 2K is there. So I taken this 7 on this side and this 2 by 2. So it is 7 by 4 less than or equals to K and less than or equals to. Again, this 7 goes to this side. Then again divided by this 2. So that is 7 by 2. So this way we are writing this limit. Hope you understood this.
Yes, sir.
Still anybody is having problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Just write one line. The range of K in above equation. The range of K in above equation can be written. The range of K in above equation can be written in nearest integer as follows. Can be written in nearest integer as follows. Nearest integer as follows. That is h of k equals to we can write it as e power minus j 6 pi k by 7 for 0 less than or equals to k less than or equals to. What is the nearest integer value of this now? 7 by 4. क्या होता value? What is the value of 7 by 4? Hello? What is the value of 7 by 4?
1.75.
1.74. उसका नियरेस्ट इंटीजर वैल्यू क्या होता है? What is its nearest integer value? Yes? नियरेस्ट इंटीजर वैल्यू क्या होता है उसका आगे का? 1.74 can be written as 2. That is what the nearest integer value. 1 लिख सकते क्या हम यहाँ पे? हाँ?
No.
क्योंकि 1.7 पर है तो आगे का वैल्यू 2 है ना उसका. So that's what we are calling it as a rounding of the value. Round off बोलते हैं ना हम इसको, round off कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे value. So we are writing the nearest integer value of that function. Then similarly, what we can write for the second is 0. तो यहाँ पे क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं अभी? 7 by 4.
2 less than or equal to k less than or equal to 4.
2 less than or equals to k less than or equals to 4. Understood this step? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to the third step. That is to obtain h of n. Third step. To obtain h of n. To obtain h of n. What is the formula we are having? The formula is h of n equals to 1 by n h of 0 plus 2 into summation k equals to 1 to p It is the real part of h of k into e power j 2 pi kn by n. So this is our formula of h of n. Now let's move to the next further part. What is the value of h of 0? Can anyone tell me? h of 0 का वैल्यू क्या होगा यहाँ पे? h of 0 is equals to, if I write h of 0 is equals to 1 for k equals to 0 and n equals to 7. And what is the value of p here? p क्या होगा आपका? What is the value of p? बात करो यार, कोई तो भी like give the response. So simple questions I am asking you to live like make you not to sleep again. What is the value of p?
3.
3 it is. So it is n minus 1 by 7. Sorry, n minus 1 by 2 it is. So which we are writing it as simply 3. Have you understood these points? पता चला h of 0 equals to 1 कैसा है पता चला कि k equals to अगर 0 value लिया आप, so this h of k, if the value is there, so at 0 this value going to become 1 it is. So I am writing it is 1. So therefore h of n will be equals to, what happened to this? H of n will be equals to, it is 1 by 7 into 1 plus 2 into summation n equals to 1 to 3 real part of, what is h of k? We have h of k is e power minus j 6 pi k by 7 into e power j 2 pi k n by n. It is n is 7. Close the bracket. Further, if you simplify this, have you understood this step? Any confusion here? Any confusion?
No.
Further, we can simplify this as 1 by 7 into 1 plus 2 into summation n equals to 1 to 3 real part of e power, if I take minus j 2 pi k as the common term, then what we can write it is 3 minus n by 7. Okay. 3 minus n by 7. Now, this equals to, again, we can write it as this equals to, how do we simplify this? So here is the part wherein we can write its real part now. तो अभी इसका अगर real part लिखना है मुझे, so what should be the term? क्या आएगा वहां पे? If I want to write like real part of e power j theta.
Summation limit k is equal to 1 to 3.
No. Only if I want to write real part of e power j theta, then what we are going to write?
सर उसके ऊपर का
क्या मैडम?
के
हेलो,
स्टेप उसके ऊपर सर k is equal to 1 to 3 summation.
summation. Okay, instead of n we will get it is k. Okay, thank you, madam. So it is not n, we are using the variable as k. Please make that correction. Okay, this is the k here, and this is also k. Okay. Now again, if I want to write real part of e power j theta, what I can write here? Real part of e power j theta. ऐसा लिख सकते हैं इसको, नहीं तो पहला ऐसा लिखेंगे इसको. ओके, फॉर योर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगेन आई विल राइट e power j theta can be written as what? How I can write this? E power j theta.
cos theta minus j sin theta.
cos थीटा, यहां पे अगर प्लस है तो प्लस आएगा, प्लस j sin थीटा. ठीक है. अब इसमें रियल पार्ट कौन सा है इसका? इफ आई वांट राइट इट्स रियल पार्ट ऑफ e power j theta, what I can write? I can write it as a cos theta. बराबर, येतं लक्षात? Then by looking at this part, we can write the above equation as अभी आप बताएंगे मुझे क्या लिख सकते हैं वहां पे? h of n is equals to what we can write? h of n is equals to, it is 1 by 7 1 plus 2 summation k equals to 1 to 3. यहां पे क्या लिखेंगे अभी? cos 2 pi k 3 minus n divided by 7, as this is the theta value we are having. Right? Are you getting my point? The half part of the theta, e power j theta. बराबर? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I have written it is simply cos theta. Then further close this bracket. Now this again can be simplified as 1 by 7 into 1 plus 2. If I take k equals to 1, what will happen there? If I take k equals to 1, then it's going to become as 2 cos 2 pi 3 minus n by 7 plus, next is again 2 cos, if I take k equals to 2, it will be like 4 pi 3 minus n by 7 plus 2 cos, what next? 6 pi 3 minus n by 7 again. So this is how the final expression we are going to get. Okay. So now here, once if you, let us call it as equation 2. So this is our h of n. Okay. That is our h of n. Then further, what you can write? How do I simplify this further again? So we want to calculate the value of h of 0, h of 1, h of 2 up to how many samples? Can you calculate the value now? If I want to calculate h of 0, how do we calculate that? H of 0 equals to, कैसा लिख रहे इसका वैल्यू? h of 0 can be equals to h of 6, which is equals to, you can calculate these values. H of 1 is equals to h of 5, and h of 2 is equals to h of 4, and h of 3 is equals to, need to calculate the values. Can you calculate that? Can you calculate the values? h of 0 कितना आ रहा है? If you take n equals to 0, then what will be the value? आया किसी को वैल्यू? हेलो, anybody has got the value of h of 0? Vaishnavi,
Yes, sir, calculating.
yes, anybody has got the value? I am just giving you these values, just cross check. It is minus 0.11456 is the first value. The second value is 0.07928. And then third is 0.321. Then lastly, we are getting h of 3 as 0.428. Just check the values. Okay, just cross verify and let me know in the tomorrow's class. So we will stop it here. And again further we will continue with the new example. You can mark your attendance now.